Hello everyone, welcome to AduTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty analysis for 25th Friday tomorrow. What a day it was today. We saw Banknifty falling around 2100 points and Nifty falling around 800 points. And the VIX has shot up to 31. The last time we were in this range was somewhere in the May during this Corona time, where we were somewhere in May 27th or May. This is the VIX chart. See, we have come almost close to 33 and 30s. The last time we were here was in 10th June 2020, about 2 years back. That's the reason we had this kind of a fall. See, a few days back I did mention that there is a chart pattern being formed, but who knew these were the two targets for this inverted head and shoulder. Who knew this one target would be hit on one day with a gap down, right? Though it was a news-based move, but the charts was indicating it earlier, but we just never got a chance for a confirmation. It came with a gap down and then we fell about 2000 points on a single day. Though this was news-based, see, since the VIX shot up to 30, right, it would be a little difficult to trade in buying options unless you are ready to see the big spike in the PNL. Now, even today, that's the reason early on I messaged that VIX is above 31, so just avoid option buying. But even in these times you can trade, but it'll be like, if you had observed today, the premiums were like moving up and down for like almost 30, 40, 50 points, right? So if you have like 10 lots, 20 lots or something of that sort, you'll be seeing like PNL changing 10,000, 20,000 in each candle. So that's exactly what's happening. But today post, as mentioned in our group, right, post 132, we can try for this what we call the 0 to hero trades, where we get a momentous fall. That came once this weekly S2 was broken. I shared this chart also, that just marking the important levels for today, and this weekly CPR S2 was here. That is what we have over here. This is the Banknifty 5-minute chart, where we have about 35,760. Once that broke, we got a nice fall. So this is the chart where I have all the CPR, EMAs, everything added. Now just looking at our regular chart, which we draw the lines, I'm just going to shift to an hourly time frame because all the levels are pretty. See, during this intraday time, right, I had this level marked. I did some scalping until this level. This was my first target, 35,500. If 36,000 breaks, so I did some small scalping here and stopped somewhere close to this level. When we hit this 35,500, I thought maybe we will stop over here for the day, but when we broke this, we almost came and hit this level of 34,995. This, if anybody had caught this other move or this entire 2 hours move, right, it was beautiful. Their PNL would be out of the box. And just look at it is so volatile. Just look at the CPR levels for tomorrow. The distance between the CPR and S1 itself is 1400 points. So times like this, it will be a little difficult to trade unless at the max, if somebody is trading with like 4-5 lots, right, at the max we can try with one lot and try and capture a few points, scalping or nice intraday. Everything will be based on the charts and technical, but it's just that because of the VIX, there'll be huge movements, right? Now, see, when the market starts falling, like obviously don't fall in a line, right, when it goes up. So when this goes up, now say you bought some call or put for $500, it'll be like fluctuating. See, usually what will happen, it'll be between 498, 495. Then if it goes in your direction, it starts increasing, right? You will have a fluctuation about 5 or 6 points, 10 points. But in these days when the VIX is high, you will have a fluctuation like 450, then it will go to 471, or it will go to 531, then suddenly drop back. So that would end up being a little difficult to trade, especially if somebody is very new to trading, who has just started. This is a wrong time to venture into the intraday trading space. The best thing to do is just sit back, relax, and just try to learn and observe the markets. Obviously better days will come where the VIX is less and you'll get beautiful short or long opportunities. So it's not that only if the VIX is high the market will fall. There's so many times the market has fallen where the VIX was pretty low and we were able to make good money, right? So times like this, we should be careful. Now coming for the trade possibilities for tomorrow, these are the levels that I have. Obviously there are too many lines, but there's nothing we can do. These are the levels that I see where we can take short bounces. And one more thing to show on the daily chart is, see, this range we can be a little choppy. Like we might come down, we might come into this range, we might be a little choppy, because the last time we were here, see how sideways we were. We were kind of stuck in this range. So depending on this news, right, this global market news, the global war news, depending on that, we might be a little sideways here and get a bounce from any one of these levels. Those levels are on this hourly chart. You can see the type of price actions that we had over here. Let me expand, where all these sharp wicks are there, right? So all these wicks can give us that intraday moves, right? So these are the levels on the downside that I have marked, where if we short or something, we can try and book profits. But if we break all this, then we have CPR S1, which is really far off. I don't think we'll continue getting a fall like this one more day, but we'll never know. See, on this daily chart, we have made a new low, right? We have broken this kind of pattern. Let me remove this drawings. We have broken this kind of pattern that was there. We were making higher low, and also we were making lower highs, and finally we have broken this, and with a pretty strong candle. And the kind of sell-off, this last sell-off came, right? It's not just panic selling, it's also a lot of long positions in the market would have exited today. That's the reason such a big fall. So the next major support where the market can bounce is around this area, 34,200. If this is what I feel where the market can come and take a bounce. If this breaks based on the news, then we will have to improvise with the other levels. See, this war news, it's in nobody's hands, right? Who would have predicted that yesterday when the small candle came on Wednesday, who would have predicted that this war is going to happen and such a breakdown is going to come? So until this whole war situation settles, right? See, today is the day where they have done an offensive. If there is no any retaliation from this support from NATO, they have already said they're not going to dispatch the troops and stuff. So if there is no any support from NATO or USA, Ukraine cannot fight for long, right? Ukraine is a pretty small country. So if the war situation, the conflict situation might come to an end soon, then they'll have that whole process of taking over. But that panic news of war might end in 1 or 2 days, right? Then obviously they'll have this financial sanctions and other things will come on. So I do feel if we come down, this is a good support. If this breaks, then we will improvise. But I do have a feeling if we come here, we'll bounce from here. So we'll have to wait and watch, is this war over? Because every day it's like a new development, right? So if this war is done or there will be some further developments. I'm tracking this war news and everything very closely with the help of Google and many media channels that I follow. Not only Indian, even other podcasts from US which I follow. So it depends. If I can even like talk only about the war and stuff, but that's not why we are here. So it depends. We still don't know if something more worse can happen. We can get another like this gap down and fall. So the best thing to do, if you're new, if you cannot handle that volatility, just stay out of the market. Let the whole war thing settle in. Let Putin do whatever he wants to do, and then when the world is settling down, we get a good confirmation to go along. Then if the VIX starts dropping, then we can try and trade. All type of investments can be on a hold for some time. Why thinking? See, obviously market will go up. It's not that market is going to go down. Even during this Corona crash, even though we went to Banknifty went to 16,000, we have bounced back from there, right? So why wait? Why enter so early? We'll wait for the chart confirmations and then we can enter. So any type of investments or swing traders also can wait. If there are few experienced traders who are used to this volatility trading, then we can trade with like tight stop loss and go with very limited quantity. Because see, if tomorrow also we get a sell-off and say one statement, some positive news that Russia says it will hold all further bombardments or any type of attacks on Ukraine for now, immediately the market will shoot up 1500, 2000 points. So, and we'll never know if that type of a news is going to come, right? So that's the reason, just stay safe and let's see how it goes. So these are the levels that I'm working with, and in case we get a bounce tomorrow, the places where we can take resistance are, one is this level where today we bounced, and we have another, the CPR is another place where we can have resistance, and this level which 37, which I'm showing now, 35,500, where we have had pretty good support at this area, right? So if we come up, we can take some support over here, 35,500, sorry, resistance, and then go down. So that's it with Bank Nifty. And even Nifty had a pretty great, for the last time we saw a fall like this, 800 points, is only during this corona time. See, there is this gap that is being pending in Nifty, which is probably, I thought it's going to fill today in the end of the day, but it is not. So there is a chance tomorrow we might come down, fill this, and just get a short bounce. So basically we'll wait for that bounce and then wait for a nice bearish divergence and then short. And if this level breaks, right, the next target is this only, 15,957, and then we can come here probably in this region and be a little choppy. But even if this region breaks easily, right, then the next target is this level only on the downside, 15,400. So let's see how it goes in Nifty. So the best way to trade this is, right, when the view is bearish surrounding with some bearish news in the market, the best way to trade is wait for that bounce at a pretty good level, either the price action, support and resistance, CPR, or even make use of this monthly CPRs. Wait for that bounce and look for some kind of a nice divergence, and then see if you can short. Even today there was a good hidden divergence. What that is, the price was making lower low on 5 minute, the indicators were making higher high, and then we got a nice dip. So wait for some kind of a divergence like that at a good resistance. Okay, not that just market went up a little bit, it's good to short. So wait for the divergence and then we can try and scalp on the downside. But if it's done disciplined, this high wicks can give high return. See, now for example tomorrow, see, this is the next week option chain, the at the money is trading at 900. It's almost like 20,000 bucks you have to pay for one lot. But if you get that 500 point move, right, easily this will move, say about the premium will move about 200-300 points. 4 lots can give us about 20,000-30,000 easily. So if people can handle that type of movement, if you trade, this will be a high return. See, I tried this 0 to hero with like whatever I mentioned about that 0 to hero trade, right, what people refer. I tried it with 600, sorry, where was, yeah, 700 put, and I could only capture like from 40, I just got about like 60, around 25-30 points is max I could get, but that later on ended up closing at 300. So these things happen. But the reason I came out early is I just wanted to, my main aim was just to save the capital, right? I just don't want to enter, and what if there was a huge spike from here, because this is a very solid place where we could get a bounce, right, because of this price action. So that's the reason I was careful. But even that broke, we got a nice move on the downside. So that's it for today. Hope everybody can trade nicely tomorrow and make some money as well. Thank you.